Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video, and then today is a good one. I can barely talk because I'm so excited. We are going to be going over LSS's recent announcement for the upcoming set coming out in May, part the Mistveil. It is a set based in Mysteria, which we've been wanting to go through for a while. I'm going to go over some of the details of the announcement as well as give you my top 10 hat predictions that I came up with help from my chat today in the live stream. We'll go over it. We'll have a good time. And we'll get right into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. You picked a great video to stop on. Hopefully enjoy your stay. If you're a long-standing supporter, thank you all so much as always. Feel free to check out the Discord down below as well as my channel membership. If you've been watching for a while and you want to support the channel in a different way, I'm going to be trying to put a lot of good content leading up to this new set. There's 3 tier levels, some good stuff in there, good chance to enter in some giveaways and support the channel in a different way. But if not, no worries there. We'll get right into it. So, part the Mistveil. I will not play the video because the video is just pretty much a promo for it. But it is a upcoming set that is going to be releasing officially May 31st. But the world premiere is going to, here's the card art for it. As you can see, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, let me just take away this for 2 seconds. Here is the card art, not card art, set art for the part the Mistveil here, and it is just so sick looking. I believe this is the Mistcloak Gully, but we will talk about that here in a second. But yeah, it is going. First off, there's a couple keynotes for this set. One, it's coming out officially May 31st. The world premiere will be May 17th through May 19th. So we're looking at March, April, May, a little under 3 months from now, the world premiere. It is going to be, world premiere is going to be in Tokyo. This is going to be the inaugural set that is going to come out in the Japanese language. And so to celebrate that, they're having the world premiere in Tokyo. If I could find some way somehow to make it, I will. But, that's a lot of money going all the way from the United States. But regardless, it's going to be amazing. So they're going to have a calling that Saturday, May 18th, and a Battle Hardened May 19th, as well as sealed events. The sealed events are going to be 8 packs instead of 6, which is in-stream. We'll talk about that in a future video. But part the Mistveil marks the long-awaited arrival of a new talent, unlike anything Wraith has seen before, and is the first ever Flesh and Blood set to launch in the Japanese language alongside English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. Also, welcoming TCG fans in Japan, they're going to have a Road to Tokyo Learn to Play welcome event with early access to the set via Blitz pre-constructed deck events running starting May 3rd. So there's a lot of implications to this, right? This means that we're going to know the heroes, or at least some of them, by the beginning of May, which in my opinion means that spoiler season's got to start like mid to late April. We'll see. But it's going to be quick, right? But yeah, calling and a Battle Hardened in Tokyo. As you can see, this card art is absolutely amazing. It is a set based in Mysteria. For the first 10 hat theory, I'm just going to go through them here. There's some flavor text here, and Flesh and Blood's really good about hiding stuff in flavor text. So we came up with these. These might not be right. We have 0 insider information. I have 0 insider information. This is just fun stuff. If you're a dev from LSS watching this, I hope you're laughing at us in our crazy theories. But yeah, for the first thing, it says, for 10,000 years, our ancestors have walked the path well traveled. Like the tiger stalking its prey, they have waited. Like the snake hiding in murky water, they have waited. Like the waning faces of the moon. A waning moon, that's weird, isn't it? They have waited. Until now, the truth lies beyond the mist. So, our first 10 hat theory, and I'm going to make a slight audible for this. The original theory for number 1, right, was that, let me pull this up real fast, was that Tiger, Snake, and Moon each represent a different class. So Tiger makes the most sense with Ninja. Crouching Tiger line was supported in Dynasty. And Dynasty is has a lot of throwbacks to this set. There was a lot of Ninja-themed things in Dynasty, even non-Ninja class cards like Celestial Kimono, which we'll talk about here in a second, and Spectral Procession and stuff like that, had a lot of callback to this art style and this card art and this set and this place in Wraith. So we think Tiger means ninja. The chat came up with Snake means assassin, which is possible. There was a lot of assassin support in Dynasty. And that Moon, originally we thought meant illusionist, which I still think is correct. But I also think there's going to be a wizard in this set. So the original theory was Tiger Snake Moon equals Ninja Assassin Illusionist. And there's callbacks to that, which we'll talk about here in the top 10 hat theories. I also think wizard is going to be on there. They have Waning Moon in the same sentence. And there's other wizard-based items that have ninja backgrounds in Dynasty, which I'll show here in a second, right? Bring it up here really fast. I'll kind of go through the cards here for a second. I'm showing all these cards, but Sergeant Ethertide, as you can see, it looks like it's in like a dojo-like thing, right? It's in Dynasty, and it's a wizard weapon. Just my thought, right? I could be wrong. We'll have to come up with it. But yeah, Tiger Snake Moon, Ninja Assassin Illusionist, that was the original 10 hat theory. I'm going to audible on that and add to it that I think wizard will be in this set. So 4 classes, Ninja Assassin Illusionist, wizard. That's what we think. The second thing is that water and or mist will be a talent. They did say in the announcement that it's a talent the world of Wraith has never seen. So the reason I think this might be a little bit hard, we have not seen a water talent. We technically have seen mist if you count the lore. In the Benji lore, it talks about how Benji is the evasive as the wind, and that dipping and darting on the fly lines that traverse the mist cloak gully, we'll talk about that in a second, has taught Benji the art of wind wisp. So does that count as seeing a talent? Does that mean that Wraith has seen that talent, right? Who knows? But water and wind was kind of a obvious thing there. The third 10 hat was that there'd be a blue pitch based hero. There's a lot of blue in the set, right? Phantasmify, like Amira, all those are very blue iris based heroes. So we're thinking there could be a blue based pitched hero. The biggest one that I'm super excited about is that we think that this art is Mistcloak Gully. I don't understand how this couldn't be. If it's not, they are baiting the crap out of us. Because I tell you right now, if we go to legendarystories.net. They do amazing upkeep on all the lore. You can look up, you can't see it because of my cutoff on my screen, but there's tons of lore here. I mean, you can even see all the stuff of everything. It's just super awesome. Definitely look at that. But Mistcloak Gully, it talks about in the Mysteria lore, is the ancestral home of the House of Sanjing, which we'll get into here in a second. This also points to the House of the Snake. We'll talk about that in a second. The ancestral home of the House of Sanjing, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mistcloak Gully is a sprawling collection of steep cliffs surrounded by a natural lake. That kind of looks familiar, doesn't it? That's weird. The waterfalls within the gully produce a thick blanket of mist, which obscures many buildings that lie deep within. Far below, a fast-moving stream travels through the gully, the sound of rushing water echoing up the stone walls, almost like a flood of force. Isn't that crazy? So, our next one, the number 4 10 hat, was that this art is the Mistcloak Gully, and a lot of things are going to be based around the Mistcloak Gully. So, Tiger Snake Moon, Assassin Ninja Illusionist, water or mist is a talent, blue pitch based hero, and the set art is Mistcloak Gully. Number 5 is that the Dynasty Illusionist cards point to the Necromancer through the potential Necromancer. This is a really 10 hat one, through the rite of passing. So in the lore, it talks about the rite of passing, which is, according to legend, the rite of passing is held on the one day of the year when the veil between the worlds is thinnest and the world of the spirits is closest to the world of the living. The rite honors the dead by welcoming the spirits home and inviting them to take part in celebrations. So that's the lore of it, of what the rite of passing is. And if you look at some of the card art from Dynasty, Spectral Procession, what does this look? And so also for the rite of passing, they would wear masks so that during the rite of passing, so that you wouldn't know who's the dead and who's alive. That's what Mask Momentum is. I think that's what Pouncing Links refers to. So what does this look like? This is from Dynasty, Spectral Procession. Going through the streets, everyone has a mask on. Some of them look dead. Some of them look like ghosts. Some of them don't, right? Now, does this point to Necromancer? Not necessarily. It could point to Amira, which we'll talk about here in a second, using different ephemeral spirits to help in her fight against whatever, right? Another one is Spectral Prowler. Again, very, very telling of that. So that was our next one. So it might not be Necromancer, but there is some connection here. The biggest one, and the one that people were most excited about, was Amira. So Amira is in several card arts. Amira is originally in Phantasmify, by what we know. As you can see, there's a little bonsai tree in the background, which someone pointed out on stream, which is very interesting. And if you look at this art, it looks a lot like Amira. The silver hair, the blue and silver draped clothing, the kind of like, fair-skinned complexion. Very similar to Amira. So, like, if I take that away, look at that. See how it looks similar? Amira is also on Enigma Chimera, which I believe I put in here. I didn't. I'm dumb. It's also on the Enigma Chimera art where she is summoning the Chimera. And then there's also some stuff like this looks like a summoned, tiger, right? That also another connection. All this is in Dynasty, right? Go look at the Dynasty card arts, and it gives you, I think, a lot of clue in it to what the set could be. So a lot of people are thinking Amira might come in as an illusionist, which would be really, really cool. However, it is a little weird that this clan, this group, whoever it is, was hiding for thousands of years, but a hero representing them is going to be someone that, is well known in the world. That might be a little bit weird. The next one is the Zen State line support. So we have Zen State enters the arena with one balance counter on it. All at the beginning of your phase, destroy Zen State token unless you remove a balance counter from it. When your hero would be dealt damage, prevent one of the damage that source would deal. So the power in this card is it literally turns off rune chants that makes them not matter. And then, but people were thinking that the Zen State might come in because of wax on, wax off, even though that's the art of the hand. It's a little bit out there, but I think that's really cool. Another one is the adult Benji reprint. If we pull this up here, and we go over to Benji. Benji is trained and based in the Mistcloak Gully, which we think is where that card art is. So there is some similarities there, and wind and wisp, mist and water, right, could be very big here. It also says that if you look into it, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking here trying to find it again. I'm trying to find the clan that he's a member of the McGinty clan under Katsu. Yeah, Benji is keenly aware of the threats beyond the gorge, and those who would see his clan erased altogether. One thing that's really cool, I wanted to point this out before I forget, is if you look in the prestigious households in the Mysterious set for the lore book, they talk about the House of Sanjing, which we also talked about is who is based in the Mistcloak Gully. So if this card art is Mistcloak Gully, then the house protecting it is the House of Sanjing. The Sanjing House is the largest clan in the Mistcloak Gully. The home of their ancestors, the most famous member of the Sanjing House is Master Feng Min, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who created the secret art of the Eternal Crane, which is where we get the Zensei token, Tin Hat Theory, sorry. A balanced combat style of combines evasive maneuvers and quick, sharp counterattacks. So the Eternal Crane, right, could go to the Fine Center line because if anyone's aware, it goes Soul Bead Strike, Crane Dance, and all that stuff, and eventually ends at 5 centers. So really, really cool stuff there. I think that's a possibility. So adult Benji reprint was one. And then another one was just a Celestial Kimono connection from Dynasty, which also kind of lends to Tiger support and Illusionist support in this set. So as you see, this is a card from Dynasty that a lot of people skipped over because it's not very good. Once per turn, when Celestial Kimono or a non-token permanent you control with ward is destroyed, gain a resource. It also has ward 1. So a lot of people in my chat were saying that, one, they think Amira is going to be in the set, and that Amira is going to have to do with spectral shields and making spectral, I guess the word would be like permission, like spectral creatures, right? Like Spectral Prowler. When you play Spectral Prowler, if you control a spectral shield, it gains go again. So Amira is going to be about making spectral shields very, very consistently, and then using those spectral shields to power stuff like Spectral Prowler and other things. And that really also points to the Celestial Kimono because, again, if you look at the Phantasmify artwork, it looks like she's in something like that, right? Like that type of dojo. And the kimono also has an illusionist-looking aura, but it's surrounded by ninja elements. It just all points to the fact that I think there's a lot of connection here. And so Celestial Kimono Connection shows a Dynasty, which also had Tiger support and Illusionist Spectral Shield support that all can tie together into saying that the Tiger is the ninja. The snake is kind of the weird one, right? We don't know what the snake is. People are saying assassin, right? Because of the assassin techniques that were taught in certain clans around the Mistcloak Gully. And then the moon is illusionist and or wizard. I think could be really cool. And then the final one was Crouching Tiger support. So that kind of is where we're at right now. Even looking at this, I'll bring this up. I have it in front of me just so I could read it easily. But this is what we had. It's just not sexy looking, so I had it off to the side. But yeah, Tiger Snake Moon is ninja, assassin, illusionist, or wizard support. Right? Water and or mist will be a talent. Blue pitched hero, based hero. The set arc is Mistcloak Gully. Dynasty Illusionist cards point to Necromancer through the rite of passing. Amira is in the set in some fashion, whether it be a hero or an archetype. Zen State Line is supported due to the Eternal Crane being taught from the Sanjin clan, which is around the Mistcloak Gully, which is also reference to the snake, which is in the text of the announcement. A Benji adult reprint, just because it kind of makes sense in my opinion. Benji would be a natural good counter to Amira, who's making spectral shields, because Benji has unblockable damage at very low rate, which can help pop her spectral shields, but her spectral shields also will help prevent Benji from hitting. It's kind of a cool, give and take. Celestial Kimono Connection in Dynasty, which also points to Tiger support. And then finally, Crouching Tiger support as a whole. These were our 10-10 hat theory predictions. I think they're pretty good, without knowing much, right? We sat there for 2 hours and just had fun, which also, feel free to drop a follow if you want to watch we do a lot of streams here now, really fun stuff. But yeah, hopefully this was cool. I didn't want it to be too crazy. I didn't want to go too long. We'll talk about it again in stream. I think it's really, really sick. Definitely feel free to screenshot that. But, even if it's not an all ninja set, I hope there is some ninja in it in Mysteria. I would think there would be. Maybe I'm wrong. If it's not, that'll be the biggest bait of all time from LSS, and I'll be very upset, Spaghetti, but it's fine. Yeah, super excited, y'all. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any theories that we did not list there, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not me, it's totally fine. Go to our Flesh and Blood creator. Leave a like, comment, subscribe on their stuff so we can get more people seeing this game. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk. Y'all stay safe.